I grabbed a pool noodle from Dollar Tree and cut it into a 20-inch long piece. Then I sprayed it with black paint. Next I picked up these shatterproof black ornaments and a bunch of Halloween themed decor from Dollar Tree. Once the paint dried, I started applying hot glue to the ornaments and attached them one by one around the pool noodle. I grabbed a couple of Halloween themed floral decor pieces and inserted them into the pool noodle. Then I continued covering the remaining top part with the black ornaments. Following that, I cut a few more decor pieces and inserted them into the spaces between the ornaments.
Pick up some skeleton arm salad tossers and wood crates from Dollar Tree. Take a heat gun and heat up the digits to reform them. Take a paint stirrer stick, an X-Acto knife, and a cutting mat. Cut a piece about 2 inches long of the wood stir stick. Take craft paint or spray paint and paint the wood piece and skeleton black. Attach the skeleton arm and the wood piece to each other at an angle. Take 2 more skeleton arms, a right and a left arm, and use a wood burning tool to melt the plastic to be able to snap the hands off at the wrist. Take 2 small wood pallets and paint them black. Glue the hands at the wrists to the painted pallets. Prep more skeleton arms and glow-in-the-dark chains. Take black spray paint and cover all of the skeleton arms. Take a gardening trowel and dig a deep hole to place the skeleton arms in. Secure with dirt and a heavier stone, hang the ends of the chains on the digits of the hands along a pathway.
Run to Dollar Tree and grab some skulls. I'm starting out by painting 2 coats of my black chalk paint, and I also painted those wood browns. Then I'm going to take some Gorilla Hot Glue. I am hot gluing that second piece of wood to the top. I'm going to start by carefully cutting off a quarter of the right hand part of the first skull. I also grabbed 2 of these rectangular wood pieces and 2 of the square pieces. Then I'm going to add some hot glue to my skull to attach it to the wood pieces. Then I'm just going to take some spackling and fill in any imperfections or gaps. And then I'm going to go back in and give each of these 2 coats of my chalk paint. Grab a few of these black velvet skulls from Dollar Tree. I grabbed one of these metal wreath rings. Then I'm going to grab each of my skulls and a little pair of scissors to start making holes. Then you can slide the skull onto the wreath ring. Leave a small gap between the 2 top skulls and then just use some tape to tape that wreath back together. Grab some pretty Halloween ribbon from Dollar Tree, make a bow and a little hanger.
I picked up these skeletal hands from Dollar Tree. So what I got to do is cut it right at the first knuckle there. Once you cut out that knuckle, the finger will bend right up. Just take some hot glue, put it in there, hold it in place for about 10 seconds, and it'll stay right there. I did this with every finger on 4 sets of hands. Next, what I did was I grabbed one of these fairy lights from Dollar Tree. But what I need is the battery pack and the lights themselves. Unscrew the light bulb, pull the fairy light out. This little battery pack just pops right out with your thumb, and all I need to do is get rid of that base there. This candle I also got from Dollar Tree, and I want to put the fairy lights inside. Go ahead and cut that square out on all 4 sides. The fairy lights inside. Hot glue on the side will be perfect. That will hold the battery pack in place. Just when I can't think I can get spooky enough, I grab a red crayon and a little lighter and let that drip all along the candle. Now with the board, for this project I wanted to use some old pallet wood. Then I took some other scrap wood, put some glue on the back. I'm going to use some brad nails to put that together. It's going to hold these boards together, and then I'll cut off the ends just to make them square. Next, it's time to paint it. I'm going to use a little bit of black paint. Now I don't want this to be solid. I can just go random on it all over and anywhere, but I want to make sure I do get the sides. Then I'm going to add just a tiny bit of gray. I need to put some nails and screws through there. Those are going to hold the hands on. Once I get these holes drilled, what I want to do is take the screws on the back end. Once the screw's sticking out, there's a little hole in the back of the hand. Just place that on the screw and start twisting. And once you get to the base of the wood, it's going to stop. You want to make sure all the hands are facing the same way. Go ahead and grab some of that hot glue again, put it right on top. Last but not least, let's put a little Velcro on the bottom of that candle. One side on the candle, one side on the palm. That way we can remove the candle and change the batteries if they run out of power. We're going to go ahead and put these all on here. I couldn't help myself, but I had a few fairy lights still left over. You'll see them lit up on the back. I also grabbed this little drape from Dollar Tree. It looks like a little spider web.
We are going to start off with a paper towel tube. Now we're going to go and cut off a small portion of this paper towel roll. Now we're going to go and draw some eyes. Then we can go and cut it out. Then we can go and cut some of the tissue paper. We're going to go and fold it in half, and we're going to go and stick it into the inner portion of this tube. We're going to just go and add a small amount of hot glue, go and take some fairy lights and put them into the center between the tube and also the tissue paper.
Time to head over to the dollar store and grab yourself like a little dollar platter. Grab a little bit of acrylic paint, mix it with a little bit of water, just start dabbing it on there. Go ahead and grab a napkin, and then you're going to start actually removing any excess. Let's go to our candle. So I went with a battery operated. Here what we're going to do is we're going to use the flame and melt the crayon onto the candle. Just let it drip. On the back of the platter that is dry, put a hook on the back. So just a little bit of hot glue, flip your platter over, grab another skeleton hand. I had to cut the back off because I need a lot of flat area. And what you're going to do is go ahead and grab your hot glue and get it all over there. Put it towards the bottom of the platter, put it on there and just hold it till it dries.
Now we're going to cut one of these pieces slightly larger than the other one. Just like we did for the other one, we're going to use an X-Acto knife to cut out every piece that we created a drawing with. Then we're going to take some hot glue in the inner portion, create this ring, and we're going to go and put a bunch of hot glue down the edges of this to make it look like it's dripping. And we're going to go and paint both of these candles black. Take a paper towel and get off a bunch of this extra acrylic paint to go and expose some of this hot glue. Now let's cut out some tissue paper, put it into the inner portion, put some glue at the sides. We're going to take some fairy lights, and at the top we're going to go and take a light up tea light.
So the first thing I need to do is remove the label from both sides, and I'm going to remove the lid. Next, I have some plastic spiders, and I'm just going to slide them into the soap. Place the lid back on top. I'm going to start by placing the skeleton. I'm going to take some cotton balls and fluff them around him, and then place those. There we go. I'm using one of those bud vases you can find at the dollar store. I have cut out a shape of a moth, cut a piece of fishing line, place this on the back. So I'm going to place the tape onto the top of the bud vase, and then my moth should hang in here. I purchased some candle holders at the thrift store, and now I'm going to place my bowl on top upside down. I'm gonna add this color changing LED light. I've got a battery operated votive. Place the wax over the candle.
Now let's get decorating.